No ding this time, but we're here. We're live. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
All right, so tonight we really don't have too much tonight, despite this being the 75th episode of me, Matt, and Jesse. Next week, we're going to have Robert on, talk about Scarlet Booty Bot, and that's actually the grand total 150th episode of Total Justice Gaming, so God only knows when we're going to do that. We're actually going to keep it short tonight. Jesse's going to follow up on the post he made on about the PTC. Top Deck Heroes last night talked about it too. And then I will give my take on my two new favorite characters from Battlecon, because I got to play a crap ton of Battlecon teaching my friends this game, and it was a very, very fun learning experience. They did not have fun, but I had fun, except for the one guy that played Cadenza. And
I mean, I always have fun, even when I lose. Like, I've probably lost 80% of my matches. I still have fun.
No, the man immediately found out about the dread arcane combo that is Clockwork Shot with Credenza.
Yeah.
He must have watched the video from Battlecon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but go, Jesse, go.
Okay. Hey guys, how you doing? This is your friendly neighborhood Jesse. Yeah.
Cosplaying as a salt shaker tonight.
I'm not salty.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, I know.
I'm not salty.
Neither am I.
What's the first fact that I am not salty about Poughkeepsie? I had a fine time. It's just the events that occurred because of things beyond my control. It is. I mean, I'll tell you about I'll give you a little rundown of this weekend on how I just kind of went south kind of quick before we even started the event. So first of all, we leave way later than expected because Giggles got his job schedule changed. Nope, no, not gonna grind to him about that because he told that he got it through so he could go to this weekend. So I had to accept it, and so we can get to leave early.
He played office politics, so
yeah,
he did something better in the long run.
We got to Poughkeepsie at about 11:30, and we go to our hotel, and the hotel's like, "You're not in this hotel anymore," and I'm like, "Okay," and then they're like, "You're going to this other hotel." Okay. And how many people are in your party? 4. That'll be an extra $40. So I begrudgingly, because I had no other options and the room was paid for, I had to just cough up $40, and that was whatever. I left a very stringent review on Priceline about this hotel and the situation that came forward, and I've actually been contacted by Priceline over my whole situation, and they're probably gonna give me something on the back end for it. We might have free room for the next time for Poughkeepsie, maybe. Who knows?
Nice.
So I will say at this point I begrudgingly played Clark. I probably about midweek really was not feeling my deck. It was a deck. It's not my play style, and especially when there is so much life and water decks in the room, it's even worse. It's like grinding, like life death. It's like I literally played against life, water, and void every round, and it's just a grind of the worst variety on any one of those decks.
So for people at home, what card has life, void, and water? Car red-handed, maybe?
I was gonna say, is this our weekly witch hunt, or is this our weekly...
No, this is not a witch hunt.
Good card.
I'm just saying, like,
Good card.
I played a deck. I played a deck designed for the. I expected some of the higher up players to play Airwall. There was one Airwall deck in the room, and I got paired. Like I literally got Matt. I can agree. Round 1, me and Matt got paired against each other, and I blatantly threw the game to him.
It was a very close match because it's a hard matchup for me. And then he threw the game by damage reducing my my Rain Flush, which allowed me to pick it up with Ullith.
When I had sworn you had done your pickup ability, all right, for the chart, and I'm like, no, he didn't. And I messed up bad, but that's fine. Round 2, I played against Rick from the Maryland group. He was a new player. I kind of was in that hateful mood, and he was playing a very straightforward Electman Chaos. It was Chaos Electman, I think. But all I could tell you was I allowed the game to I paced the game to my position, and then I just did 27 damage with a Clark Ultra Buster, and we were done. Round 3, I played against Metal Man. Metal Man is awful to play against for Clark, especially when they're playing main deck Leaf Shields that they can loop.
Oh God! Yeah.
And they can loop Firestorms. It like, I don't block. I get things to 1 damage. Well, guess what happens with Metal Man when things deal 1 damage? They go to their staging area, and then he draws more attacks next turn, and he just plays the same attacks again. It's painful. So I got a game off of Brett with that, playing that, and so I got to 1-1-1. Round 4, I played against Slam, playing Dimitri. That was just going nowhere fast. It's the best way to describe that match. I could not get any momentum forward. I couldn't do a thing. And then get round 5, I was out of contention for top 8. I didn't really care about the prizes at this point that I would have gained by playing my match. And me and Andrew Force rolled the dice, and we're like, all right, whoever wins. And Andrew won the dice roll. I'm like, okay. Good job. You won the match. I don't want to play. But then I did the right thing once we got the top 8, and there was seriously people who were like, didn't want to play top 8 until tomorrow, and because we didn't have enough time to do deck checks and stuff like that. And I rallied the troops. I got Tim Keefe, I got Rich, and I got Matt, and we powered through and did all the deck checks in like 15 minutes.
I don't even think it was that long.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long. Because I asked everybody to organize their decks and then power shuffle and do all their stuff, and I got for everybody. I felt really bad when I had to give Marcus a game loss for his deck sheet. I had to show, and I literally did it exactly how they did it at Worlds at Gen Con this past year, where when I pulled out my phone, I typed what he put on his sheet into UFS Ultra, and 2 cards show up. And I'm like, this is why I have to give you a game loss. If you had written the rest of the word, it would have been enough beyond ambiguity.
Is this the small bit on the Shiranui part?
Yeah, he just put Shiranui. He just put Shiranui on the deck list. That's all he put on. The
other issue I thought you guys had were the 2 Kim kicks.
Yeah, but nobody played Kim, so it didn't matter.
Okay, yeah, the Kim kicks.
Because Dan Hughes played the Eva deck, which was just like stack. That deck's scary. Don't. If somebody sits down with 120 cards across you and reveals that character, good luck. But yeah, that went fine. Our service at TGI Fridays was amazing. Pretty much what it showed, this whole event showed to me, the game's so stale right now. It's not that I don't like the game. It's just when no set has come out since July, it just shows how stale it is. Like, you can come up with a new deck, and you can possibly make something that like you put Red Horizon. Yeah, we put Red Horizon and Tides back in, but you know what? Nothing under those cards. Like, yeah, I look at those cards again, and I'm just like, I'm only going to play with the same X cards I played before they rotated. There's no new cards that, like, oh, this card got really good now. And I'm like, no, that didn't happen.
Like, maybe 1 to 2 cards per symbol, and a lot of those symbols overlap.
Yeah.
I think I said this back in December when they announced this.
Yep.
Yeah. Just like it just really like you're expecting all these old cards and some really cool stuff to show up and come back into the format, and nothing showed up. It just was that it was whatever. I kind of accepted what was going on. I think if I had done it again, I would have played Yellow Devil. I would have just put the deck back together. I would have just grabbed Trinity Geysers from Jeff and put the deck together.
If
It would have been really easy to build.
I kind of wish I had just not given up my Ryu deck and be like, nah, I'm playing Ryu. Because that deck's really good.
Yeah. We should have just gone with you with Ryu. We should have just made Giggles put Snake Man together. It's like, Giggles, you're just going to raffle stomp people. Don't worry.
I tried talking him out of it the night before.
But the biggest thing is, let's go into what my thing is. Like, yeah, I'm in a gray zone with UFS. I'm not. My event from this past weekend is in no way a reflection of how it's changed my mind. It just, I had the thought in my head, but it's like, it's UFS. It's how it goes. I'm not, but just the event this past weekend put it all full circle for me. And it was just like, it finally hit me. I'm like, man, this game is in a gray zone right now that I'm happy people are traveling for, and it was great to see people. But that was really all I liked about my weekend. Like, playing UFS was a secondary to my whole thing this weekend.
Yeah, I came down just to hang out with Poughkeepsie. Yeah. And play board games and whatnot. And we actually didn't even have much time for the board game aspect.
Like, I'm planning to travel for the 2K and for Vegas, because I already planned to do that with Sean, and I'm doing that more for the trip cross country, which will be fun. And depending on if everything happens, I've been hearing rumors that I heard some rumors over the weekend that they possibly have an idea on location change for Nationals, not being at Gen Con. It might be announced soon. I'm not saying anything until anything's official. I don't want to say a location. I don't want to say anything. But if it happens, I will probably go to Nationals, because it's in a place that I wouldn't mind traveling to, because there's plenty of UFS players in that area.
Secret's out, folks. Nationals, it's in my basement.
Yeah, it's in Matt Hughes' basement. It's going to be fun. It's going to be tight-packed.
That's still my home store every time I sign up for an event. Because the last time I won an event was in my basement, so that's where...
True.
See, they hold Nationals down in Atlanta. I'll actually come down to that just to chill out with everybody, because that's a 3-hour drive for me. I don't mind that.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of hoping. Let's wait until maybe something gets posted in the next, it's still so far out that they could change it and people could, pull out, they could get their refunds for Gen Con if they don't want to go to Gen Con. They can get their everything balanced out. Or they have to announce something to make Gen Con relevant. That's how it goes. But let's look at the biggest thing. The biggest thing I'm on right now is, and yes, we have a release date for a set, April 30th. By April 30th.
Now, was this given to us by Jasco, or is this
was given to us by Jasco in the last? Let me take it, man. I got it. During the last spoil, the day after the last day of the game, they said, this is Indians. This is coming out. We are using a stateside printer to print this set. It's going to be a starter-based set with the starters, 4 starters, and the random rares. There's 35 of them, and that's how they're doing this set. I like the idea. But now that they've confirmed that there is not anything that has been previewed previously is null and void, and this set's supposed to come out in approximately 45 days, there is no cards known in this set. And I'm hoping by the start of next week we start seeing cards. Because
I'm hoping the start of 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I mean, I understand they're at Gamma this week. I would love to. Is anybody who knows somebody at Gamma, go by Jasco's booth. Maybe they got something out that we don't know about. Because, well,
and if that doesn't work, go to level 99 because we know they got something out.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if they have a booth there. I just know Jason's there.
Yeah. I mean, they had a booth last year, and they've just released their board game that, well, everybody's been waiting forever for. I gotta think that there's gotta be something going on, but I have nobody to contact that I feel comfortable reaching out to. It's like, hey, can you tell me if there's anything new at this booth they're talking about? But
yeah, it would have been really nice because for the first time this year, Gamma has had a live stream. It's always been like pretty closed off, and any information you get from it has either been videos companies do after Gamma is over, or it's just quick, like a company will announce something there during a presentation, and then like their PR guy will post like a quick text thing.
But instead, like Dice Tower has been doing a stream all weekend.
Dice Tower and Board Game Geek.
And Board Game Geek, and like I've seen a lot of games getting announced, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Because Gamma's probably next to Toy Fair in Germany. This is probably a big place to announce a game of what's a product you're coming out with. Like Cryptozoic announced all of their crazy products that they have coming out. Like they are making 3 Rick and Morty like mini like party games, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. I would definitely buy one of those because two of them are from my favorite, are like concepts of my favorite episodes.
Yeah. There's also what else was I seeing? There's Marvel Munchkin.
Yep.
And then there's Munchkin, the trading card game. You actually, instead of it being Munchkin, it's got all the Munchkin properties and stuff, but you actually build your own deck and play against people.
Oh Jesus!
Like it's all the same stuff, but it's a completely different game. It's still in the prototyping phase. And there's the Bloodborne trading card game.
That's weird. Like, it should be just a deck build. That should be an LCG or a deck.
Yeah, I think it is an LCG, but it's not being done by Fancy Flight, so they can't say.
Well,
LCG.
yeah, they gotta go it's one of the routes.
Yeah. They just been saying card game. I think it was really awkward because the guy who's designing it has designed about 90% of Fantasy Flight's LCGs. Mm-hmm. So when he couldn't use that line, he's like, card game.
Yep.
It's not a finalized name.
And the other thing I'm kind of at is like I actually talked with guys who were people over the weekend. I'm like, we know every rare in the Battle for Power set, yet we're probably not going to see that set till August, fall. I have no clue. I don't really care at this point. I'm just like, I hate that there's a set. We literally over promoted one set and another set is getting completely under promoted by the company. And I'm hoping that after Gamma things change. I'm hoping that with Brad and Jason hopefully in the same building, maybe they take 20 minutes and say, hey, maybe we should start getting this thing ready for promotion purposes. Because
speaking of Brad, he got to talk. I saw him on camera talking about Millennium Blades. I'm so hyped for it.
He's been on camera a lot. He talked about I saw him on the Dice Tower stream doing talking about a seed.
Yeah.
And then people seemed really happy about it, and there were multiple questions about what is Red Horizon and where did it come from. Yep. It was kind of funny.
Jasco Games was not named at all in any conversation. He was like, I don't want to bring that company up.
No, it was like he didn't talk like that. It was more of like it's a crossover. He advised it what it is. It's a crossover promotion between the two companies. He advised that they have a product coming out for their game, the Universal Fighting System for Indies. That's all he really had. I mean, what else can you expect here?
It'd be nice if there could be some spoilers. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, they could maybe talk about the Street Fighter board game at Gamma. There were plenty of companies there that had nothing to show. They were just talking about their game. because they didn't even have a prototype ready.
I think Angry Joe has to be there because he's kind of the projected front runner, but I could be wrong.
They're both kind of working on it. Like, okay, then Angry Joe should have been there. They should have requested his presence.
Okay, so moving along, Jesse, do you have anything else?
I'm good. Everybody has my opinion on what's going on. I am in no way bringing assault. I am in not. I'm just kind of in that. I'm going with the flow right now, and
let's all just go play something else until the next set comes out.
Well, the biggest issue is I got a game. I got a deck that I have to get something. The problem is I'm at that point where I want to go play in the 2K, but should I expect new cards to be out for that 2K or not? And I need to know those cards.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of playing something different, for those of you that keep up with our Facebook page and who know me well enough, aside from Miles, I'm a horrifically, highly hyperactive SNK fanboy. Not to say I don't love Capcom, but these guys actually can tell a story in chronological order and it be numbered correctly.
Yep.
That being said, let's look at the new KOF trailer, and then we're going to look at the leaks list, because I think the leak list is actually false based on 2 pictures.
Dun dun dun.
The King of Fighters 14.
Ultra Buster! There's people's elbow. Looks so good.
Well, actually, there's debate about that, because Kyo still looks like absolute garbage in this video. And I'm wondering if that's because they're reusing the older footage, because if you look at the characters from the first trailer we got to this one, everybody is like ridiculously improved, but they're still using the old original footage for Kyo. Even Iori has the newer footage.
Well, I'm all in on. Hopefully, some cool stuff is gonna come out as they just keep bringing up more and more, like old school characters back. They brought like in the other video this past week, they had Angel in it.
They got Angel, but I wonder if that means they're gonna bring back K9999, but they can't.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm going to show wherever this is, because, it likes to screw with me every single time. There we go. Where is it? Where is it? Now, here is what a lot of people... As soon as I can get it right. Went back to me. Crap. It's going to be one of those nights, guys. Okay, so this is supposedly the officially released roster. So people are saying it's legit because this is Sylvia. supposedly. And we got confirmation that Billy's there. We saw that Mature's there. Or that's Vice, excuse me. We got to see Robert, who no longer has the pedo stash. Now he's just got the Inigo Montoya stash.
Yep.
The Nakaruru team is supposedly combined of 3 different fighting games. It's supposed to be Last Blade, I believe Waku Waku 7. I'm not sure about that middle one.
That's the middle girl from Waku Waku.
Supposedly, she's Waku Waku. And Nakaruru from Samurai Shodown.
Yeah.
There are 2 Team Kim is supposed to encompass both his wife and his master.
Yep.
The only thing that makes this list non-legit is this character here.
Which one?
For the women's team. Because if you look, these are all hand-drawn. She's totally CG, and I think she's either Tekken or she is from Dead or Alive.
I mean, it's definitely possible that might be the throw-off on it still.
This dude here, he's Gundam Pilot from the manga.
Yeah. So there's still, this is still in the air. It also could be something like this could be from test footage still, and they haven't that art wasn't completed yet, so they haven't loaded that in.
I guess. All you care about anyway is this dude right here. King of Dinos.
King of Dinos, man. Team Mexico. I'm sad that my boy Raiden's gone, but...
Are we just going to rely on Giggles getting this and just playing a bunch of it when it comes out?
Probably.
I plan on doing a stream of this when this game comes out. I mean, I'll be doing good for other games.
I mean, there's another game that I want to get for the PS4, but we have to convince Giggles to get. I want to see. I know it's right up his alley. I can't remember the translation name for it, but it just got confirmed it's going to get a westernization release. The Ninja Panty Girls game.
Oh, Senran and Kagura?
Senran Kagura is getting a stateside release. It got announced this week.
Yeah, the PS4
one. Okay.
It is PS4.
I mean, that's on 3DS, and I'm surprised he doesn't have it.
It's on Vita too, but I refuse to lower myself to getting that. Alright, so like I said, we're not really sure about this. I still call BS on this list because this clearly CG when everybody else is hand-drawn artwork at the moment.
Yep.
And I'm fairly certain this is also a Gundam pilot for one of the numerous mangas. Southtown, I have no idea who this butler is. I don't know if that's Hopper or Ripper.
It might be.
They say this is supposed to be either Hopper or Ripper, but that seems really odd that they.
I want to say that anything you could see the blue background, that has I kind of want to, because there's the one under China, he has a white background randomly.
I think that just could be my screen coloring.
Yeah, but
no, it's white.
Yeah, that's white randomly when they're all. I don't know. We gotta wait and see. I don't lock it on these until everything's out there.
And Sylvie is just weird.
Well, yeah, she's a lolly. If everybody's seen my comic that I showed today, lollies are weird. Especially when you could turn into one.
Yeah, we'll leave that one well alone. Off into the corner.
You didn't see the thing I shared today on Facebook? I think it was hilarious.
I tried not to when it comes to lollies.
No, but it's a slime, and the slime's like a busty woman form. It's like, please be my boyfriend, and the guy's like, no, I'm only into lollies. So she pukes out a bunch of slime. It turns into a lolly, and I'm just like, it's hilarious.
I am going to agree. All right. So the other. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'll wait till the end.
All right. So on top of that, since we swear to God, we're starting to promote level 99 games. Not that we haven't mentioned Millennium Blades almost every show since that. I
Sorry.
do what?
Too hype.
Yes, very hype. I actually finally got my Battlecon stuff last week. Played a bunch of matches. Watched a bunch of the premier Battlecon strategy guide person. I believe his name is Marco.
Yep.
Really good stuff. And I picked two people to learn starting. I got a third one, but I haven't touched her yet because I finally got everything sleeved on Sunday. That was a long, long process. So I picked up Vanna. Love her because she just gets in there and wrecks face. And Glorious and Vengeance is basically a vortex attack. That means if I think they're going to be faster than me, I play one. If I think I'm going to be faster than them, play the other one, and it's always guaranteed damage. Really, really like her. Glorious, this is the one that says opponent does not hit with opponent higher. So I've been pairing Glorious with both Shot and Burst. And then Vengeance I've been pairing with both Grasp and Drive. And if I want to make sure, I always dump my Divine Rush token. That thing just hits for enormous damage. Reaping Scythe is pretty good because that hits magical numbers. And there are magical numbers in this game.
Yep.
Divine, I really just dash with Divine. I pair it with Strike or Drive. Paladin, I usually, if I'm going up against, if I think I'm going to get ready to take a big attack, I usually just pair it with either Shot or Strike for the stun guard. My preferred attack is Deathwalks, but she's been a lot of fun. Have you got to try her yet, Matt?
I've watched Giggles and Ben play with her a little bit. I keep on going back to the Devastation characters ever since I bought Devastation.
Oh, so you play as her husband?
Who is who?
Jomo?
Oh, Joel. No. I've been playing a lot of Clive.
Oh, okay.
More or less Astro Boy.
I have Warren Fate.
Yep.
So the other chick I got, not Tanaya 7, but Thasala 3.
The Zerg.
Do what?
She's a Zerg.
I really, really enjoy her. I don't know why it keeps fading out on me. Hang out tonight. So Thasala I really enjoy because she is like one of the most versatile characters to me in the game because you can pretty much every turn set her up to do whatever you need to get done.
Yeah, she more or less, she's literally a Zerg. She has an evolution board that you put evolution pieces up that are next to a piece you already have. So you start in the middle and then you branch on out. So you can make it, it's like, oh, this person does a crap ton of damage to me. All right, I'll set it up so I have soak for the entire game and soak up the damage and then just keep hitting.
Oh, no. Your her power on the board only lasts for the turn.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is like the top left branching path has a lot of soak effects.
It does.
And then it ends with stuff like you can't hit or damage is converted to life loss, meaning you can't lose. And then the top right quadrant is all about large amounts of power. The bottom right is all about movement effects and range and a little bit of priority. And then the bottom left is more movement effects and stun guard. So she has 4 very different styles that you can evolve heavily into, or you can get a little bit of each.
I spread out a little bit around the board, then I decide to devote depending on where I'm at, around B5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
So far right now, I really like, in terms of combos for her, Slicing Drive, because they can't burst and back away from me.
Yep.
I love Molten Shot. That's just always fun. I always pair up Liquid Dash because it just very little is going to ever beat out that priority. And then end of beat, I just dash away from them. And then the Liquid's end of beat lets me go right back into their face.
Another good thing to do, I forget the exact thing, but she has the ones where you can remove counters.
Yeah. Tempered and Molten, I think. Or no, Galvanized.
So if you can get somewhat deep into one of the paths, like the one that's start of beat, become active player, you could just keep on making it so you're active player for most of the rest of the game.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
But
I mean,
you have to spend 4 turns to get there first.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, she's not unbeatable. I had a guy that I taught, and now I actually meant to close it. I had a guy I taught, and he used Eustace, and he just wrecked me.
yeah, she's actually I actually think she's really interesting, but I think she's kind of on the weak side. Also, did you play with the Force Gauge?
No, I have not taught anybody the Force rules yet.
Because all of Fate, they were pretty much balanced with the idea of the Force Gauge in mind. So, any characters that are really strong out of Fate become fair, but any of the ones that are really weak are really weak without it. Like, her and Eustace, I think, almost feel like I require the Force Gauge if I'm going to play them.
No, I actually won some really good matches. I flat out crushed a Cadenza because he just could not get in range with me because I was playing the range game with him so long. I would bring him to me, smack him, Liquid Dash him.
Oh. See, Cadenza's like, I've only played, that's the only character I've really played with, and I really like Cadenza.
Yeah,
You
You just get in people's faces.
2 words. Clockwork Shot.
The only thing that Jesse didn't understand was he didn't understand the interaction of Stoke with Clockwork, and about how that was a non-bow. And
Yeah.
I lived the game at 2 life, so if he hadn't done that, I would have been completely savaged. Because I was at 2 life for like 3 turns.
See, I still haven't taught them some of it. Like, I haven't brought in special actions yet, although we
Don't
use
bother.
features, but we use the...
Don't bother with the special action. Just go straight to Force Gauge.
Well, I mean, doesn't... Yeah, Pulse works off Force Gauge, doesn't it?
Yes. Like, cancel is just bad. So the cards that come... The normal cards that come inside War... Just... No. Like, they've completely gotten rid of it in the tournament format.
So they got rid of cancel in
Sorry.
2D format?
My
Yeah.
apologies, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the card that has Super, Cancel, and Pulse, they don't use anymore. They use the Force Gauge and the special action card that allows you to do your Super or to gain a Force and switch to your other Super.
Ah. And what did they change Pulse to? Because I remember they changed Pulse to something else.
Pulse is part of the Force Gauge now, and what it is you can spend 7 Force at end of beat to move an adjacent character or yourself 3 spaces.
Yeah, because what didn't it used to be rearrange the whole board?
I think you could move both players combined up to 3 spaces. I'm not sure. I never played it. But the big thing is that you use your special action card, and if you use that, you couldn't use your super.
Yeah. But no, I had a fantastic time once I got everything sleeved. All my Tier 1 characters, be it Fate or War, and red sleeves. All my Tier 2 characters, be it Fate or War, and green sleeves. My Tier 3 out of Wars in black. I got all my standard action cards and blue, so everything's like as it should be. Card fight, buddy fight wise, they announced Buddy Rave. I know you guys don't play it, but I do. They announced Buddy Ray, which I'm actually kind of a little disappointed in because they're combining the 3 extra boosters in Japan into one large, like, mega extra booster, or it's almost like a full set itself.
Yep.
And I'm really
They wanna
kind of
catch
bummed.
up.
Do what?
It's because they want to catch up. Because that game is unfortunately being popular in the States.
It's number 5 in America right now.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
No, it's because the game's getting more and more balanced.
It's so simple, though.
Simplicity is probably the most fun part about it. Is you don't have to. It really is a sit there, turn your brain off, and enjoy some time with your friends game, versus that uber competitive thing. Like I can sit there and BS with a friend, and I can still totally shut his deck down.
But that's what stuff like Munchkin's for.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, like I said, I'm a little bit bummed by Buddy Ray because they're combining in Superheroes War, what was it? The Superheroes Great War, which is a Hero World only extra booster into it. Now I got to go through and try to get all the Superhero World stuff again. Now, thankfully, the new format's coming out, the Triple D format with the Impact Monsters. And I chose to go over to the dark side and get a Darkness Dragon World deck or two. Because I play Death Gate Guiders now. It's pretty fun. And now I'm picking up Abigail because then I get to make all the Abby and Gibbs jokes for NCIS every time I play that deck. It's like, alright, I play Abigail, and now I cast Route 44. It's unstoppable. Go. Or no, what was it? It wasn't Route 44. Was she Big Gulp? Is that what it was? NCIS.
Long day.
Not be the only one that watches Gibbs.
I do. I just haven't watched it in a while.
But no, there's that. And then Card Fight, the new set's coming out this week, next week. I'm mildly enthused because I have 2 decks that I can upgrade, and that's about it. My buddies are really hyped for it because they're the big... It's another big Shadow and Royal Paladin expansion. If it has Paladin in the name, I really don't care. So I'm saving up my money for sets down the road because set 7 is promised Dimension Police. And Joe needs his robots.
Mm-hmm.
And they also show that next set it's going to have more Metalborg.
I need to borrow a deck in a couple of weeks. My friend who originally got me into Card Fight and has worked at our store for, what is it, Jesse, 20 years?
He's been there, oh my god, it's more than 20 years now. He's been there, like, before it was Millennium. Like, it was Igor's way before then, so I want to say 93, 94, maybe? Like, Rich has been working for Millennium. He has been there forever. And Rich is probably Rich is going to be one of the few people that will ever be able to say, I retired from working at a gaming store. Yeah. But he is one of the nicest people, and was one of the people that, like, got me. I worked with him for 5 years, and he was one of the nicest people to work with, and I enjoyed. He got me into a Card Fight at one point. Rich has a really cool story about how he had to call in the phone line to play in Pro Tour 1 of Magic.
Oh god.
Right, so why do you need a Card Fight deck next week?
Because not next week. It's gonna be like 2 or 3 weeks, but it's gonna be his last event that he runs. Is gonna be a Card Fight tournament, and then that's his last night, and then he's moving like a couple of days later.
Ah.
Yep.
So I need to get a deck and play for the last event that he's gonna run.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's it for us tonight. We're closing at 15 minutes early. That's pretty much it.
Next week we'll have Rob Lots of
Next
guns.
week we'll have Rob. We're going to talk about the decks from the PTC, because there's some fun decks to talk about. I mean, we'll talk about the players who played it, who did what. We kind of want to hold that off a week because we wanted to talk with Rob with it because
He's really hype and really wants to talk with us. So we decided to just hold off PTC talk till we had him on.
Just do a quick rundown. This weekend we have PTC in Arkansas, correct?
Yep.
Going on this weekend. Then we've got Vegas coming up, and then I think there's something. There's one between Vegas.
There's Omaha first, I believe.
Omaha. Yeah.
From April 30th to May 1st.
But no. There's the first week of April. There's a Vegas PTC.
Yes, there's a Vegas PTC, right.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that, and then May 14th to 15th is the 2K.
Yep.
And then after that, in June, is the Rochester PTC.
Yeah. I'll put anybody on warning just to say how Kevin Broberg is talking. If there's a PTC going on, Kevin Broberg may just show up.
Yep.
I don't know if he'll be there. I don't think he has any plans of disappearing to Arkansas this weekend. But Omaha, the next Vegas one in a few weeks, I wouldn't be surprised if he just shows up. He hikes his way out there.
I think Arkansas is the only one he's planning on not going to.
I think he's giving Omaha a chance to catch up.
I think he's planning to go to Omaha. He's definitely going to Vegas.
Well, he's going for the 2K, but he's actually thinking about going out there for the PTC. I mean.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying he's going to the PTC too. That's auto set going.
Well, we'll see what happens here.
Alrighty. So we're going to see everybody next week. Till then, I don't know if I'm going to do a Get Good on Tuesday. I'll only do a 30-minute to an hour one like I did this week. I really want to try and hold back till Alex comes out. Mostly because I'm almost...
I am actually want to post it. I'm actually going to probably start doing... I actually might be starting to do some streaming soon. I've been working on learning the programs to get it all set up. Because I want to see if I want to try the... I'm going to start... I'm not starting... I'm going to be doing mainly Blizzard stuff. POTS, Overwatch, and Hearthstone are going to be the big things I'm going to be doing. Mainly, I'm going to start doing the Overwatch. I've been playing it a lot, and Overwatch is the first-person shooter.
Is that also on PS4?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be on console too.
Is it going to be crossplay?
Nope.
No. Sadly, no.
Okay, I was going to say we could probably team up for that one.
Yeah, but I actually have been playing so much, even though I'm such low level. I've actually got people who are messaging me and are wanting me to play on practice squads with their teams, and I'm like, it's kind of cool. I didn't think I was that good of a player, and then I found 2 characters that I have been explained that I am surprisingly good with. I mean, getting in on beta teams during beta is a big thing to do nowadays, because when actual players start playing, then they'll dump you in a heartbeat. But if it's cool to hey, if you run, because I told them I work. They're like, when do you work? I'm like, well, I work Tuesday for Saturday. I'm like, well, we have a practice slot open on Sunday and Mondays if you want it. I'm like, okay. So I've been playing. I play more or less they call them the defense heroes. Have been my big thing. I don't play tanks. I play Junkrat and Bastion have been my mains for the most part, and I scare people with Junkrat for some reason because I am somehow figuring out angles. I'm literally sitting in AI play once every an hour every couple of days, and I'll load up a map and I'll just sit there and find the best angles that I can bounce bombs.
Yeah.
Especially on control point maps, which are the ones where you need to know angles with him. It's I can launch a bomb over this wall it lands in the room and then it has momentum to bounce back into them.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy, the bounces I've figured out.
Yeah, to let people know, Junkrat's basically Demo Man from TF2 with a lot of extra bells and whistles. I've been playing, when I had access to the beta, thanks to Joe, a while back when they did the open weekend, I played like the two polar opposite characters, Reinhardt and Tracer, were the ones I was playing a lot of. And a little bit of D.Va, because everyone has to play D.Va. But I think one of my replay videos with Reinhardt made it onto one of the pages, because I watched a video that looked very familiar a long while back. And I think someone uploaded my video where I killed the entire team twice. Because Reinhardt's that good.
Yeah.
When we played Capture the Point, 2-point. I on Hanamura, I think, the Japanese level.
Yeah.
And that match was 30 seconds long. I dashed in, killed 3 people, took the point. Dashed in, killed 3 people, took the point.
They weakened him out. He actually has one of the lowest base healths of the tanks now because of his shield.
Yeah, I'll use the shield. I'll be good.
Okay.
All right,
But,
guys.
yeah, we can take this in a post.
Yep.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Night, folks.
Night, everybody.